to do any tank work. Frozen rock nuggets up there. Not a big fan of those going down the highway. I've made some small adjustments. Oh, what's going on down here? It's just snow plows coming on. I'm like, what's with all the amber flashing lights up here? Doing some stupid snow removal bullshit. Red Deer's got this sign as like, the snow doesn't stop, neither do we. I'm like, well, how come you never plowed my street this winter? It's like Washboard City. And since our like recent huge snowfall, there's a lot of snow still just laying around and the roads are shit. Like this one's not bad, okay? But we get out here on Gates and it's just, one lane has got like 2 strips and it's kind of smooth. And if you drive a Dodge, you know what it's like. Just choppy. But anyways, I changed a few of the settings on this, so I'm just kind of, I just want to see if it's less jittery. We're gonna go in today, go to Tanks Direct in Atchison. We gotta grab 2 fuel skids, go scissor flat before I leave the yard, because the fuel tanks are not heavy enough to
What would you like, sir?
Yes, I'll have a small Sprite and...
Could you repeat that? I'm getting a hissing noise.
Sir, fuck me. Really? Not doing much snow removal with that. Bang! My Welfare all-season tires do pretty good, actually. I'm quite surprised with them. Once we load up those 2 fuel skids, we got to take them down to Cochrane, where this is day 4 I've been shuttling loads to Cochrane. We did a bunch of matting and tanks, getting ready for the frac, you know it. My favorite drive. I just slammed her into 4WD because I need it. Because Red Deer doesn't ever stop doing snow removal, so. Oh, wait, look at this. Maybe, have they made some passes? Oh, they did. They've scraped the shit off top. Nice. It's about time. It's been like a week. Oh, there's still some shitty ice. Oh well. Can't be perfect all the time, right, Red Deer? But at least you've put in a valiant effort. It's supposed to start warming up. It's been like freaking 30 overnight and like 20 during the day. It's been cold and miserable. We haven't gotten any more snow since the big dump of that rig move that I was doing when we did Savannah 652 out at Jackfish, Sunchild. So it's been kind of nice, but it's been miserably cold. And yesterday I dropped off my first load of tanks, day 3, and was on my way back to the shop, and I was just like, why is it? I like came to a stop sign, and I was like, oh, my truck sounds like it's freezing cold. I looked down at the temperature, it's at 150. I'm like, what? It was only minus like 12 or 14, and I was like, it should not be acting like this, and it is way colder than it should be. Usually at the coldest, it'll be like 170, 180. So I was like watching it, and then sometimes it would like jump around, like the thermostat was acting up. So it was like, it was doing what it was supposed to be doing, and it was warm, and then it would not hold, and then it was cold, right? So it was just bypassing all its fluid, circulating it all the time, so I wasn't getting warm. It was kind of strange because there was a couple times, once I was loaded, I could make heat, obviously, because you're working the engine and eventually the coolant gets warm. And then sometimes the coolant was cold, and then the oil temperature was going way up. Like, I was like, I haven't seen high oil temperatures since, where what that guy's doing. Is that a dash cam or is he recording? He's vlogging? It was acting like I was pulling a coil in like the heat of summer. I was like, well, this is weird. I'm like, since we put the oil cooler on, I haven't seen anything higher than like 230 on the oil. And that would be at 40 above pulling like heavy load. So I was kind of dumbfounded. I'm like, well, if the coolant, I'm like, well, maybe it's not holding the coolant. I'm like, if the coolant's cold, the oil should be cold. But maybe I could be wrong. So I gave it to the mechanics last night at the end of my trip, and I was like, well, I think it's a thermostat. I'm like, it's acting like it's thermostat. So he's gonna pry into it last night. Hopefully it didn't take too long, and he had to stay late. It looked like he had a full day, and he was kind of pulling his hair out. And I show up at 4 o'clock. I'm like, I need a thermostat. I think. The engine light came on once for like a split second, but nothing was hot. So that was kind of weird too. I was like, I'm like, well, and the guy that I was working for, he's like, yesterday was supposed to be the last trip, and he's like, why did you get you to go to Tanks Direct? I'm like, well, I might need a thermostat, or I might need a head gasket. And if it's a head gasket, it's gonna be super not cheap, and it's gonna be head and all sorts of stuff. So nobody phoned and said different, so let's hope it was just thermostat. We'll try it out today and see what happens. Dirt all over my ship, Brad. It's heavy metal hour, 7 a.m. Fuck yeah.
No!
I'll trade you then.
It's a fucking Horizon 14.
Alright, we got one there, and then the other one's over there. Unfortunately. I thought they would be separate. Oh, fuck, man. Pull up too close, bro? Just a little bit. It's always too far too close. Of course, everything underneath here is straight ice. Lovely. I went in and asked, and I'm like, oh, it's pretty much touching. By the time I'm done winching it up, we'll probably gouge the whole side of the other tank. So they're picking it up, moving it over, doing something. Hopefully it doesn't get stuck. Some fucking mount there, DJI. This thing's always fucking falling apart. Oh wow, that's why we got action camera. It's not fucking Sony A7 III, whatever the fuck that is. Double sock 2 tanks. It's kind of sketchy because it's kind of slippery and they're light. They're kind of sliding all over. They're on there. They're not prettiest, but they went on. They shall come off. They're not really set up for double sucking. Luckily they're light, so nothing gets, that was already like that. What else are you supposed to do, right? Like, I can't, there's nowhere else to put the chain. I put it on these, I did on this side, but on the other side there's an extinguisher mount, and then on this side there's this ground plate. So I'm like, well, what are we supposed to do? I can't put it, I was gonna tuck it around the ear and on the skid, but then I'm like, it's gotta come over the roll, so I can't do that. You could use like maybe one super long chain, but okay, next time maybe. Chain her down and get out of here. Thank you. Sweet that they're doing inspections right here. Edmonton must have snow removal like we do. Why are you slowing down on a green, bro? It's like, DOT behind me with the lights off? That didn't really go as planned. I just wanted to make a little bit of room. I made too much room. Answers all my questions. If I keep hitting the latch to fucking move the camera, it comes unbuckled on one side. Stupid fuck. It's kind of a design flaw. Would be nice to move it over. Then I just got informed I gotta go get a picker trailer at Crossfields A&W, or not A&W, Burger King, Petrocan, card lock there. Along the highway, it's like, can you go get a picker trailer? Fucking parking spot, you fucking idiots. Candy cane.
Hey, candy cane. Candy cane. Anybody out there know candy cane?
Hello?
What's going on? What broke?
I'm assuming fuel pump. Something to do with fuel.
Oh.
Yeah, it started dying and losing mojo right before this, and I called dispatch. I was like, you want me to try to get her home, or what's the deal?
Of course they want you to try to get it home. Holy fuck, plow out in here.
No, he said, wait, they're sending a wheeler to come get it.
Wow, that's a first.
That's kind of what I thought too. I was like, I'll try and get her home. And he's like, nah, fuck, then we gotta load on Highway 2 if you don't make it. I was like, yeah, that's very true, yeah.
Lots of shoulder.
Well, you got a trailer. You want me to back this on?
Wow, I don't. Your outriggers and all that shit gonna be a fuck around?
Probably.
No, don't worry about it.
Okay.
That guy come out and say anything to you? Looked like he was like Petrocan employee or something. Probably like, hey man, what the fuck you guys doing?
No, nobody's came up to us. Nothing like that.
All right. not too bad. I found some pavement there, so it was for a win if I could back up straight. I couldn't see much because everything was shadowed because I was backing into the sun. I know, excuses. Picker trailer's short. They swing way different than every other trailer. And I never pull them, so they are kind of tricky, but whatever, we're on there. Take her back to the shop, drop her off. Somebody will be coming with the wheeler to grab the picker. I guess he's got fuel injection issues or something. Started losing a little bit of power or sputtering. He's just like, better play it safe. So they're gonna send a wheeler to come get him.
Front style.